Lisa, how are you going?
I'm well, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, good to see you.
You too.
Oh, actually, there's someone I want you to meet.
Today, there is someone I want you to meet. A Perth guy, who's truly lived the rock and roll lifestyle, working and touring as a sound engineer for bands like The Cure, Motorhead, Eminem, just to name a few. His name is Matt West, and he sits opposite me this afternoon. Matt, nice to meet you.
Hi there, Russell. Thanks for having me in. Nice to meet you too.
Thank you so much for coming in. When did all this start for you?
1995, I started a sound engineering course and worked around Perth as a sound engineer, then got about as far as I thought I could and decided there was more to it. So instead of going to Sydney or Melbourne, just took myself straight off to London in 98. And it all sort of panned out from there. A
bit of a risk for you, was it? I mean, or had you developed a reputation in 3 years in Perth that...
No, complete risk. I had no real reputation as such and didn't know anyone in London at all, other than a few family members.
And a good chance to plug the school that you went to. Where did you learn to be a sound engineer?
I did the School of Audio Engineering course, SAE, just here in East Perth.
Yeah.
And, that got me qualifications, and with that, things went from there.
Kiddies, if you're listening, there you go. There's a living, breathing example. Have you gone back to give any tutorials to classes?
No,
you should.
You should. They can ask.
Oh, they will ask. They probably don't know you're back, but it's great when you have students that... Yeah, people that were in that position 10 years ago or 15 years ago and have gone on.
Well, exactly. You know, lots of people do the course. It's a good course, and it's certainly served me well.
Tell me some of the bands that you've been working with.
You've mentioned a few there, The Cure and Motorhead, Eminem, briefly, Snoop Dogg, Phoenix is my current band, and CSS, Kelly, Testament, on and on. Lots of bands you probably wouldn't have heard of, lots of bands you probably have.
Yeah, they're a pretty good range there. Let's have a listen to this Motorhead. They're a pretty scary looking bunch, and this is what they sound like. That's right, Motorhead on Drive, Ace of Spades.
Flashbacks.
What was it like working with them?
Look, they're a great bunch of people. Motorhead, as you've probably just heard, it's high-intensity music, so it's a high-intensity environment. They're full tilt, but they're great people to be around.
Because that is kind of quick, loud, as a sound engineer, is that more work than a Simon and Garfunkel concert?
Completely. Motorhead, I did the monitor the stage sound for Motorhead, and it's renowned in the industry as being one of the most difficult jobs to do because of the just extreme volumes involved. It's not easy.
Matt, you look healthy, let me say.
Oh, cheers.
Unless you're going to tell me you're 19. You've got...
That's the Jack Daniels.
And you've got no earphones, no hearing aids, from what I can see. So
no,
you've managed to protect yourself very nicely.
So far, so good.
What about Snoop Dogg? What was he like?
Again, well, Snoop, I guess if you think of the high intensity of Motorhead, Snoop was the complete opposite. It's very laid back. The music's a lot more chill, and so the environment is as well. Really, again, just a bizarre situation for a Perth lad to find himself in. I really enjoyed every moment, and it's never lost on me that I'm just Westie from Perth. And there's Snoop.
Yeah, fantastic. And so with Motorhead and Snoop, they're professional musicians, aren't they? I mean, it's like, a lot of people listen to Motorhead and go, oh my God, that's not music, or what the hell is that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
but away from the stage, they are professional musicians.
Well, I mean, they're not just professional musicians as such. They're professionals all round. They're top of their field. They're running their own companies. They back themselves all the way. Professional people are successful. Or successful people are there for a reason. They sink their entire everything into their professions, and when it works out for them, then good on them.
Matt West is my guest. It's 5 to 5. You're listening to Drive. Perth Boy Done Good. The last musical flavour for you. Have a listen.
So wonderfully pretty. Oh, you know that I do anything for you. We should have each other to tea. We should have each other with cream.
The Cure, of course.
Yeah.
A great band. You know,
Wow,
a different
fantastic
sound.
band.
Yeah.
Again, contrasting, very alternative. Robert Smith is, you can probably gather, is a little kooky. But again, very professional, really knows what he's doing, really specific about his sound, about the way his band is, the look, everything. Yeah, just good people to be around.
Do you see strange things
Yeah.
being a sound engineer?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes on. I won't delve too much into the professional backstage lives of too many of these people, but yeah, there's some stuff that takes you back. And there's other really beautiful moments when you see interaction from hugely famous people with their fans. I mean, that's always a beautiful thing to see. There's, I don't know, there's a warmth for the fans, there's a love for the fans, and all these people are grateful to be where they are and realise it's from the fans, and that's always a nice moment to see.
But even though these guys are sort of so professional and everything, you know, that sort of rock and roll ideal, you know, when the lights go down, still exists?
When the lights go down on stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, well, I mean, when the lights go down on stage, everyone steps into their stage suits, so to speak. Lots of people are the same off stage as they are on, and Lemmy in particular is one, and Robert Smith, and Snoop as well. It does what it says on the tin. This is Snoop on stage, that's Snoop off stage, that's Snoop at the hotel. You know.
There are 3 Snoops.
No, there's only one. He's just in different places.
4 to 5, you're listening to Drive. It sounds like a great job. You have, in fact, published a book, but people would assume, it's going to be a tell-all or something like that. It isn't. It's an incredible book of photography. When is it that you started to take photos, and what was the reason for it?
I guess I think my first few years touring with bands, it was kind of messy and a lot of fun. And then I was in Athens with a band once, and we'd played the gig, and we went to the rock bar afterwards, as was the routine, and we were getting on one, as you do. And it just sort of struck me that I was in Athens. I'd never been to the Acropolis. I'm Westie from Perth again, and here I am getting drunk and about to leave the country. So I put down my drink, and I went back to the hotel, and before the call in the morning, I snuck out and went around and did a bit of tourism and came back fresh and ready to go.
So that's brilliant, isn't it? It's like
it's ideal.
An epiphany for you.
Yeah, it was. It really was. It was, coming back that morning and seeing some of the sorry looks on the faces of my colleagues was a nice little one-up for me.
And you go to some of the best cities in the world, I imagine, and enjoy some of the greatest privileges that get you into places that others may not.
That's a big thing about it, Russell, is you're greeted by locals and treated like a welcome visitor, which is fantastic.
And it's not bad photos if people are looking for that?
No, in the book is essentially stuff that's caught my eye while travelling around, but I respect the privacy of the people that I've worked for, and there's no celebrity or band shots in there as such. There's the occasional stage shot, but no people.
Matt West is my guest on Drive. The book is called Moments, and if you visit Matt's website, which is mwviz.com, mwviz.com, then you can get the book from there, called Moments. You're back in Perth now, living back in Perth now?
Yeah, on a temporary basis. I'm fairly confident that Phoenix's new album will be finished early next year, and though this is nothing official from them, just a hopeful one from me, and that I'll be back out on the road early next year, probably for a few more years.
So have you been away from Perth for a long time?
Yeah, I left in 98, and I came back just at the start of last year.
Yeah.
I wasn't away continuously. I'd come back for holidays, but living in London and Germany.
Well, it's lovely to have you back again, and I hope you do get back on the road before long with Phoenix, and I wish you success with the book. Thank you for coming in.
Russell, thanks very much for having me, mate.
Matt West is my guest on Drive. mwviz.com if you want to go and have a look at it. Moments is the name of the book.